paragraph, and we could talk 8 hours about that one, any paragraph in that book. Because I don't have time, I promise I'm going to give you a couple of very simple tools to follow. The first one is we live in a physical and a non-physical world. Now, what does that mean? Does anybody here have a cell phone? Yeah. Where does that operate? In the non-physical world. It sends out a signal. Right? We live in a universe that's, they don't even know. They're actually now recreating physics because they found some things that shows everything they've done so far doesn't work. I just read that the other day. They've seen galaxies that are 32 billion light years from us. Billion. Do you know what a light year is? The time light travels in a year. I don't know how far it is, but it's 62,000 miles a second.
It's 5,880,000,000,000 miles in 1 year.
Yeah. And these are 32 billion light years away. And they keep finding new and new things. What we do is we get stuck in the physical. And let me tell you what the physical is. It's only limitation, suffering, expectations, disappointment. Anytime you have a problem, I guarantee you it's in the physical, because it's impossible to have a problem in the non-physical, because the universe only operates on one thing, and that's a vibration. That's how they talk to the satellites, that's how your cell phone works, and that's how we work. We are all part of that vibration. And if you start learning about the vibration, like Don is talking about, high energy. Why high energy? Because low energy sucks, literally. Right?
It's a vampire.
It's a vampire.
Energy vampire.
That's right. It's only about energy and attracts,
Right.
okay? People connect on the outside because they own the same kind of cars or something. But if you want to connect business-wise with your intentions, when you learn how to set an intention, you can attract anything that you desire into your life like that. It happens at the speed of choice. And the choices you have to make are finding out where you're blocked. Because if you can understand the blocks, if you can understand the life lessons, the blocks, challenges, things standing in your way and holding you back, if you can understand those and you step into it, and I'll give you some examples of it in a little bit. When you see it coming, you can go, oh, this is time to I need to just sit here because I'm in shaky ground. I know this is my life lesson. When you have that information. If you're driving over the mountain and there's a snowstorm, do you take chains? Or do you go around the other way, or do you wait another day? Not wanting to get into problems, not wanting to get into confusion, get stuck. I lived at Lake Tahoe for 20 years. I know what snow is, okay? Saw my kids' swing set buried once. That's the kind of snow they have there. So you prepare, but we don't do it in life. In fact, every one of you knows far more about your vacation than you do about your life. Guaranteed. In fact, another fact is this. Our lives are all out of control. We're trying to control a future that we have no control over whatsoever. Zero. Some of us may not be here next week. We don't know when the day is coming. We have no idea, but we're here, oh, I've got this, I've got to get this done, I've got to do that, and it's all in the physical with no connection to the non-physical at all. And when you learn to put that vibration first in everything you do, your life changes instantly. Because what happens is you come into life with a little manila folder on your arm, and you have life lessons and you have blind spots. Now mine happened to be around integrity and wisdom, okay? If I can just share a little bit of my story. When I was born, I was terrified, absolutely terrified, and stayed that way for over 40 years. I thought it was normal. I thought everybody lived that way. I had very low self-esteem. I'm very funny. I could crack this room up so fast. I'm great at jokes because that's how I protected my inadequacies. When I got you to laugh, it meant you loved me. I was looking for my love on the outside because I didn't have any on the inside. And that's what took me to a place of misery that said, I can't do this anymore. And 25 years ago, walked out of my home, walked away from a marriage, left, changed everything but my name, and never returned. And that path has taken me here today. And in that 25 years, I have studied this information. I have put it into practice. I have a coaching practice, 10 years, teaching people this, and they're getting results that can only be described as miraculous. In the physical, you're always after an expectation, and the definition of disappointment is when expectations meet reality, because they never come true. Again, you're trying to control a future you have no control over. I lived that way many years. When you learn to set intentions and go after it energetically, you can attract it to you so easily, it's crazy. But you can't do it until you identify the contaminants in the energy. Is this correct?
Absolutely.
We are all a vibration. You can think what you want, but I guarantee it, and we're all part of the universe. And in the universe, everything happens like that. Just like that. The universe must deliver to you exactly what you desire. It cannot say no. It's impossible. You create the vibration, and it shows up. Guaranteed. But you can't create the vibration if you've got contaminants in your foundation. So what I do with people is I'm able to show them, I happen to have the gift of being able to show people their spiritual DNA, because your life purpose is not what you're doing. Your life purpose is not what you're doing. Your life purpose is the energy behind every word, thought, and action. That's what it is. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. It's all about the energy. All about the energy. As you go through the day, because we were born with these life lessons, we have perceptions that are warped. We don't see things the same. None of us do. Every one of us has our own specific life purpose, and it's a very exact dharma. And every person in the world has desire in their heart for your purpose. But you have to find it and generate that energy. And when you do, miracles literally happen. The universe runs just on 7 basic principles. Everything's a vibration. There's 3 of these are fixed. Everything's a vibration. Everything comes from nothing. What does that mean? You can create anything you desire. That's fixed. And then the law of correspondence is as above, so below. Body, mind, spirit, emotions are all in alignment energetically all the time. Then the next 4 are transcendable, the law of cause and effect. For every cause there's an effect, every effect has a cause. The law of rhythm, what flows out must flow in. The law of gender, everything has masculine and feminine energy. So this is an area where men suffered tremendously because they're afraid of their feminine energy. You're not using energy that helps you connect to the universe. Feminine energy typically has to do with feelings and intuition. This is why women are so intuitive, is because they're connected to their heart. And the 4th one, which is these 4 are transcendable, is the law of duality. There's duality in everything in the universe. If there's hot, there's cold. There's north, there's duality in everything in the universe. You only have to look as far as those 7 laws to see what's going on. Is this making sense? It's all up to you. So when you start understanding and get awareness about your life lessons, you can start making choices that are going to move you towards your intention. Okay? Myself, cooperation and balance, I rebelled. Faith and trust. Life has never made sense to me. It still doesn't today, because now I know the truth. Because it really doesn't matter. What matters is how you feel and the energy you show up with to be of service no matter what you do. But as a kid, I saw everybody going to work, and I knew, this doesn't make sense. So I was raised Catholic. By the time I was in the 5th grade, I quit everything. Just quit. Found out I was going to somewhere 8,000 years in purgatory before I went to hell. And I just thought, if I'm going to go to hell, I'm going to have fun on the way there. And that's what I did for 40 years. Oh, I made money and I lost money. I made millions, couldn't keep anything. I was just literally, that was it. I literally thought I was crazy until I learned about the life lessons. And it was after I started my transformation. We each have a life lesson. It's really simple to figure it out. It's based on your date of birth. And based on your date of birth, I can tell any of you what your life lessons are, okay? And when you hear it, you're going to hear a perception that you've not heard. I have people that argue with me about it because they have blind spots. So that just isn't true. It's like they just can't. In fact, I had a woman 3 weeks ago who started arguing with me and told me the exact same thing I just told her. She explained her situation to me with different words, exactly what and I looked at everybody else and I said, did I hear that right? They were like, yep. Her blind spot was so bad that she couldn't interpret or absorb what was being said. We're here to learn lessons. I guarantee this. And if you don't learn anything else from me today, learn that everything's a vibration. Your vibration is what attracts everything. Not how you look, not the car you're driving. That's all in the physical. It doesn't matter. If you want peacefulness, purpose, prosperity, you can only do it through your heart. It can only be done through there. It can't be done through your head. Does anybody know why? You should know this. Do you know why? Can't do it in your head? Yeah, no, the head cannot come to the present moment. It's impossible. Your head can only go to the past. And then you're like, okay, I've got my plans for next year. What you've done is taken the carpet. Let me just walk the same year again, because you're using the same information. When you're doing it energetically, you can get there. You can get there with anything. You can create anything you desire energetically. The head is stuck in the physical. The heart is in the non-physical. So when I talk about reality, we have a physical reality, which isn't true. It's just everybody makes theirs up. You can see an event and everybody has a different, oh no, this happened, oh no, that happened, right? That's it. But metaphysics is the reality of your soul. Because no matter what you have, no matter what you earn, no matter what you make and own, when you die, it's going to somebody else. But everything you are stays with you forever. That's why we're here to heal. I don't know if the Buddhists are right about reincarnation. It certainly appears that way to me. I don't know that. One thing I do know is about the life lessons. And the funny part about them is, as you go through the zone of creation, every time you come back around to the top, you start all over again, because your ego keeps showing up disguised differently. And the only way that you can find it and identify it is by the vibration, because the ego is extremely deceiving. I'm right now on a cross-country book tour. I bought a 38-foot RV. I've never owned one before. I manifested this. I don't even know where I'm going from Phoenix. You know what? It doesn't matter, because I'm putting the energy out there and things appear.
Whatever your heart takes you.
They appear. I'm here to be of service to others and let people live life at a much higher vibration, and it changes everything instantly. Anybody have any, how are we doing time-wise?
None of us looked.
Yeah.
We're all like,
I'm
We're all
not.
vibrating.
Time's another illusion. How much time?
you've got 12 minutes.
Okay, great. Who has questions? Yes.
So what would you consider to be a contaminant in the vibration? A couple of examples. You mentioned that, and I was just curious.
Okay. Contaminants in the vibration would be anybody around you that's chaotic.
People, place, or things.
All you have to do is look around you. If you have chaos in your life, you're chaos. Is chaos settling? or disturbing? Right. Your environment. What's in your environment? Is there somebody sitting next to you at work that's talking all the time? You need to move your place, or maybe whatever. Your tools, and I can go on and on. There's all kinds of contaminants. The biggest ones we have, and let me just take a moment and talk about accountability and responsibility from an energetic perspective, okay? Never be accountable again, ever. Because when you're accountable, you're reporting to somebody and they're going to tell you how you did. You have lost your power. Be responsible. I have chosen to come here and speak. I am here by choice. I'm going to deliver to you the best I got in 30 minutes. And I'm going to be fully responsible for everything I say, and everything in my life I'm responsible for. Somebody rear-ended me. I took responsibility for that energetically because it happened for a reason. And if I don't take responsibility for it, what happens to me?
I didn't learn my life lesson.
Wrong. What happens? You become a victim. Do you want to be responsible or do you want to be a victim? Accountable people are victims. They put the they put them, yeah, they put themselves. No, typically a majority of the accountants I know responsibly put the numbers together and show them to the people. The people make the accountant accountable because they don't want the responsibility. Is that correct? Yes. It's all about accountability or responsibility.
I always keep saying that.
It's a matter of perception.
There's zeros there.
And when you have your life lessons, you're going to attract to you everything you need to heal them. That's why they show up again and again. And that's why you keep doing the. Who here knows somebody that's always has financial trouble? Who do you know that always has relationship troubles? Who do you? It's just a constant circle. It repeats itself again and again. What questions? And I'll do some readings.
Yeah,
Now I got to tell you, I met Terry. We were in Florida, right?
yeah,
It was a couple of years ago.
2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah. Good to see you again.
Yeah. So you mentioned about mindfulness isn't what you want to use.
Oh yeah. Let me talk about mindset. Okay.
But your heart. So is there a similar sort of thing that you can do with your heart as opposed to using mindfulness to live?
Yeah. The simplest thing to do is when you have to never make another decision. Never make another decision because decisions are final, decisions are stressful. Take responsibility and just make a choice. You know what you can do with a choice? Change it like that because you're taking responsibility for it. When you're making a decision, you're answering to somebody else. You feel the difference in the energy there? That's huge. He asked about mindset. Everybody talks about mindset. Mindset is an exercise so that you can enter a state of resistance. I'm getting up and run 3 miles every morning. My coach told me to do this. He told me I'm going to do it. And a week later it's like, this sucks. And they're yelling at people. We have a path. Our path in life is based on energy. It's ageless. It's timeless. You go into a state that can't even be described when you're touching your purpose. I know you've all touched it, but you can't stay there very long because you don't have enough awareness of the internal, like going through an intersection. But when you're there, everything just happens. And it happens perfectly. And it just shows up. I never do any marketing for my coaching. I've been coaching 10 years. Never marketed. Don't need to. They just come to me. They just show up.
You just keep vibrating.
That's right. And attracts. And let me tell you about your vibration. No one can block it. They can block you with words. They can shut their mind off. But when I'm standing here sending love to you, you're going to get it whether you like it or not.
I got it.
Good question. Yes.
Goals.
Goals suck. Have intentions. Let me tell you why. Because goals are limiting. What you do with a goal is where your attention goes, you go. The universe can only do one thing. Think of this. It can only expand. It's always in a constant state of organic expansion. So if you work with an intention and you take an action, notice how you feel, notice the energy, hold the intention. Like, for instance, I'm going to generate $500,000 income or more this year. Now, here's what happens to people. This is where it stops with a goal. What's the next question? How? It will stop you dead in your tracks every time. Has that ever stopped any of you? How? I can't tell that because it's not really clean. There's a funny story about a Vietnamese word about how, and it's just stay away from how. What's the next action? Take the next action with good energy, and then look at it, feel it, and then ask this question very simply: what's next? Are you moving towards it, or are you moving away from it? If you have a goal and you're chasing money, you're leaving your heart behind.
The reason I ask this is because I've looked at the dynamics of goals for a long time, and what I found over and over again is that, by and large, most goals ever set, and I mean in the 95% range, are missed. And the interesting thing is today is the 17th of January, and you know what day today is? What it's called? It's called the National Resolution Dumping Day.
Perfect.
Goes the gym.
So, how much time do we have?
6 more minutes.
6 more minutes. You had a question?
Real quick, just going back to the choice versus decision. As a business owner, if I need to buy a new piece of equipment, I can't just make the choice of in 3 months say, I don't really want this. Where does that go as far as
That falls on your responsibility when you made the choice. If you made the choice and weren't sure, you weren't being responsible. If you buy a piece of equipment and you don't have the right to and it's operating the way it should and everything, you obviously weren't responsible enough when you investigated it. You're becoming a victim. I got to get rid of
that
this.
becomes a decision I made instead of a choice I made,
Whatever it is,
because I can't reverse it really at that point.
yeah.
So-
Decision comes from the Latin word. It's called to end or something like that. Huh? To cut. Done. You cut, you're done. Choice is just, we'll go that way and see what happens. It's very freeing.
It sounds very freeing, and I get
It's only a matter of a word. Just don't ever use the word decision. Don't use the word try. Don't use the word want. Wanting is a state of being. You can live in the state of wanting your entire life.
You taught me this. The 3 worst words you can use.
I was thinking. Those are the 3 worst words in my dictionary. I know I'm in trouble. I do want to do a couple of life lesson readings, but go ahead.
No, I don't mean to be arbitrary, but I'm trying to think of practical things. Health club. So I started bench pressing years and years ago, and the goal on a bench press is to bench press your own weight. My goal at that time was 190 pounds. It took me 3 months to get there, but that was my goal. The point I'm making is that I think it's good to have goals if they're realistic.
And what would have happened had you gone in there and said, I'm going to build my strength, my agility, I'm going to increase, I'm going to expand my workouts, I'm going to work with more weights as I go on? You probably could have flown right by that because it's a totally different energetic value. And to begin with, you used a word that tells me you're in the physical. I was thinking.
But you're saying that's bad.
Thinking?
No, not thinking. You're setting a goal.
Thinking is, yes. Huh?
No, I'm
Goals, but when you set a goal, what happens is your attention goes there, and where your attention goes, you go. So you're not available to anything else. You're fixated on that goal.
I'm lifting a weight. Anyway, I don't mean to get into that. See, I have to think goals are good if they're realistic and you can measure them. Because then when you get to that goal, you can set another one.
How about just objectives? See, goals are like, I'm going to do it. It's resistance again. It's okay, you want to expand, you want to grow, but give yourself a break. Instead of beating yourself up. Yes, Robert?
I can understand this and apply this for myself personally very quickly. It's also about conveyance of what you're saying. In my world, if I'm trying to convey, let's say, a concept, how would I convey to a team what I'm trying to express as a choice versus a decision. This division needs to grow, or this set of standards needs to be implemented. That's where I would go. What type of language would you use?
I'd get the team together and say, I want everybody to tell me what they think might be blocking our expansion.
I don't want them to think.
Okay? What might be blocking our expansion? And you'll hear some amazing things. Another thing that happens in life, in the physical, is we live in separation. It's all about separation, yet we're just a vibration. We are literally one. We are all part of the universe. We are one. But we have city, state, county, street. It's all separation, separation, separation. It's all about separation. So when you go into corporations, there's no equality. And you see very little equality when people speak to each other. It's the first thing I teach people is everybody's equal. In fact, I talked to Robert about that, and his son is just be equal. That's all. Just be equal. You don't have to run their life. They know what to do. They'll follow. They will follow the energy. Kids do it like that. You just be equal with everyone. Everybody has a purpose. They're on the perfect path. They just happen to be at that place they're at when you meet them. And there's no difference in yours. Everybody's struggling. Life is about lessons. I struggle. I have lessons. But the more you move to vibration, you can move to truth. And you find your path. No one will ever remember what you said, but they will always remember how you made them
feel.
Okay, who wants to know about their life lessons?
Me.
Yes, which
Jacob.
date of birth?
12/27/64.
12/27. Oh, okay. So you're obviously, no wonder you talk about energy because you're very energetically sensitive. You aware of that? Are you aware that you pick up, I don't know, you may not still do this, but you used to live in other people's energies. Is that correct? And you're very systematized in the way you work because you have a lesson around freedom and discipline. Is that clear to you? Those are the areas for you that you want to watch. Somebody else?
10/13/44.
Okay, 10/13/44. Oh, you feel like you're living out of a suitcase. You don't feel stable. Your whole world wouldn't be stable. Do you realize that?
Is it because I love traveling? I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's because you don't like staying put. You do not like staying put because literally you don't feel stable. For you, have you ever walked on a dock with barrels under it? The floating docks?
Yes.
For you got to go right down the middle. Because if you get and this is what your life is like, is it's moving like that. And it's not true. This is just your lesson, but hey, you're getting travel out of it. The other thing, the other thing is you have challenges in the area of cooperation and balance.
Just, if I may interrupt just a moment. So we are at the end of our meeting. If anyone needs to leave, I totally understand that. We thank you for being here. You could have spent
Take
your
one of these
Friday
and
afternoon
you can pass them
anywhere.
around.
You chose to spend it with us. And you know what? We look forward to seeing each and every one of you next week because this is where business happens.
Before you leave, I just want to, and I'll stay here and answer more questions. I just want to say real quickly, Speakers Pathway Coalition is doing an event the weekend after the iNetwork event, and it's $197. This is an offer that's coming from me because you're here at this meeting. This offer is only available in that manner. It's a brand and marketing boost learn shop. It's $197 for the workshop, and here are the bonuses you get with that. 1, you come to the brand workshop. 2, you get 2 additional guest tickets. 3, you get to come. You get 3 months in Speakers Pathway Coalition, which is a $450 value, all included. You get admission to our VIP reception Saturday night, and you get to come to our mastermind for members only on Sunday. So I pass this around. If anybody has an interest, let me know. Angel, do you want to say anything about Speakers Pathway?
Speakers Pathway is completely 10x my business, financially and also in turn. I work with energy. We're going to Bill, he's such a fan. But you know what? I get it, and it's leveled me up more. And
Angel's grown tremendously. We have 8 experts in there that coach every week. We all take turns
Amazing,
coaching,
anything, that's just-
no matter
it's
what.
Amazing.
The other thing is, my book, 7 Levels of Truth, is all the things that I do in the coaching with the people that I work with. They're $15, or you can buy it on Amazon for $18. There was
Everything is in there, guys.
there was one other thing I wanted to say, but I don't remember. But I'll hang around and I'll keep going if you'd like.
I also want to say, next Thursday, Jim and Don are doing a complimentary 1-hour webinar training, teaching. The best thing they do is they train their speakers on how to do great TEDx talks from seed to shelf, and also help you get the pathway if you want to pursue being a TEDx speaker, which is just drop the mic. Incredible for those budding speakers out there, or even for you to clarify your voice in a room such as this. I would get on that complimentary webinar next Thursday from 11 to noon, and you can go to ntevents.net to look to see how to get onto that webinar.
Yeah, let me interject. Don McGrath has been hired by TEDx to train their speakers.
Yep.
Don has been hired by Rotary. They're setting up a speaker program for them. The man is brilliant. Brilliant. Thank you,
I'd like
Robert.
to add one more thing. If you want more of Bill, come to my chapter next Wednesday at 11.
Where's your chapter?
Trade Source, the 51 and Northern. I'll give you my talk.
Thank you, Olivia. Okay.
And they feed you lunch there.
Yeah.
So, that's another bonus. Not bad.
What the hell, Donna? Where's my lunch?
You missed it.
Oh, I got here too late.
Yeah. Even though I came after you.
Oh yeah, tomorrow I am doing a 2-hour class.
Oh, yeah?
I'll be doing a 2-hour class. Quiet, please. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a 2-hour class at, where am I doing?
It's in Chandler, in Mesa.
In Mesa. In Mesa, it's $20 to come to it. It's a 2-hour class. It'll probably go 3 hours. If you have any interest, see me after. We have very limited seating for that. But I really appreciate, tomorrow it's 1 to 3. For any of you that have to leave, I really appreciate your time. You can go to True Life Purpose Now, my website, get information. You can also, I have YouTube and a lot of good stuff on Facebook. I'm just here to help you live a more to empower you so that you can go out and empower others. That's my purpose in life. Who has other questions? You're lit up.
Group picture.
Oh yeah.
We do a group picture. So everyone, before you leave, we do a group picture before anyone leaves. If we could all gather on this side as best we can.
Oh, one other thing. I've written a book called Clarity. Clarity Has No Story. You can get that book free. Go to myfreebook.me. myfreebook.me. It's all about me.
Okay, Bill, would you go stand with Olivia?